What's up, guys? This is Adam with How to Tech, back with another video, and today we are answering the question that so many people have on their minds, and that is my machine going to be able to be upgraded to Windows 11? Let's dig into it. So Microsoft has put out a release date for Windows 11 somewhere around November of 2021. But right now, today, July 18th, 2021, you can go ahead and get this version of Windows if you have signed up for the dev program and you have signed up for pre-releases with your Windows Updates operating system version. I have not done that. I don't have any interest in doing that. So instead of doing that and seeing if my machine is capable, what I did and what you can do very easily is go to the Spec Requirements, and that is right here at Microsoft.com. I'll leave this link in the description if you want to click on it yourself and check it out. But these are the requirements for Windows 11. Your processor has to be a 1 gigahertz or faster with 2 or more cores on a compatible 64-bit processor or system on a chip. It has to be a compatible processor. That is the kicker, and that is actually where this machine that I'm using right now fails the test. And I'll go over that in a minute. Your RAM has to be at least 4 gigabytes. You have to have a hard drive that's at least 64 gigs or bigger in storage. Your firmware has to be Uefi, and you have to be able to do secure boot. Your TPM chip has to be version 2.0. It can't be the smaller version. It has to be 2.0. Your graphics card has to be compatible with DirectX 12 or later with a WDDM 2.0 driver. Your display has to be at least 720p. Now, the only cool thing about all this, in my opinion, let's scroll down. Feature deprecations. Internet Explorer is disabled. How awesome is that? We've only been waiting since somewhere around World War II for the Internet Explorer browser to go away, and it finally is. The only thing it's been good for at least a decade is downloading another browser. So that's going away. That's cool. In fact, it's actually going away here shortly on Windows 10 as well. All right, so anyway, let's cut back over real quick and let's just answer the question, well, how do I know if my machine has all this? Okay, well, there's a couple things that you can do to find whether your machine has these requirements and meets them. I said earlier that you can sign up for the builds and you can do the dev program. If you do that, and let's say your machine does not meet the requirements, this is what it'll look like. So here it says your PC does not meet the minimum hardware requirements for Windows 11. Your device may continue to receive insider preview builds until 11 is generally available, at which time it is recommended to clean install to Windows 10. So if you decide to go with the most recent builds and preview builds and all that, you could see that if you don't meet the requirements. But rather than do that, what I like to do is, and we'll look at this page in a minute, is just click Start and go to System Information on your computer. And that'll give you a little bit of information. First of all, that'll tell you what CPU you're running. So I know that this CPU is over a gigahertz. I know that it has more than 2 cores. So it meets that requirement, but does it meet the specific? It has to match a certain list. So Windows has graciously told us what that list is, and I'll leave this link in the description as well. There's an Intel link, there's Qualcomm processors, and then there are AMD processors. Now I have an Intel processor. This is an i7-6700. So let's just do Control F and find i7-6. Not there. There's i7s, but there's no i7-60 nothing. So what does that mean? That means that my 6th generation i7 processor is not good enough for Windows 11. So I will not be able to do that. Now, I don't think that this is going to hold, and I'll say why here toward the end of the video, but I think we're still okay. But anyway, as it stands right now, I cannot get Windows 11 on this machine, on this Dell Inspiron 7559. I cannot get it. All right, in system information, you can also see how much RAM you have. So you can see right here, I have 12 gigabytes of RAM, so I meet the 4 gigabyte requirement. Well, isn't that great? So that's a couple easy ways to see that. If you want to see how much hard drive space you have, just click your File Explorer and click on this PC, and you'll see right there under your local disk how much you have. 237 is the same as 256. It's just 237 after system files and such. I have 256 on this hard drive, so that's a big enough hard drive to do this. Let's see, what else? What other requirements did we have? I had to meet the Uefi. I have Uefi on this. How to know if you have Uefi is you boot your computer into the BIOS, and you do that by restarting and pressing F2, and or just F12, and you'll see Uefi mentioned in there about booting into Uefi. 9 times out of 10, if your computer is 10 years old or newer, you have Uefi. That was basically the upgrade from just standard BIOS MBR partitions. And then if you have that, you have secure boot capable. Now the TPM thing is different. Not every computer that has Uefi has TPM 2.0. To know if you have that, click Start, go to BitLocker, and then click this TPM administration in the bottom left. Your TPM information will come up. Here's mine, specification information 2.0, so I do have it. So that'll let you know if you have TPM 2.0. A lot of computers that are running Windows 10 are not going to have that because they're older. Okay, what else? High definition. Does my screen support 720p? The easy way to figure that out is to go to the desktop, right-click, go to Display Settings. And if your resolution is higher than 720 on that second number, like this is 1080, this is a 4K screen, so it goes all the way up to 2160. But as long as it's higher than this 720 or 768, then you're good as far as that goes. Now, how do I know if I can support DirectX 12 or higher? I would recommend that you go and you download GPU-Z. It's a little free program that's really fun and gives you a lot of information quickly. And it'll show you your graphics processing capability. And as soon as I pull it up here, it says DirectX support. There you go, 12. So I'm good there. This is a GeForce GTX 960M. Okay, so right now it looks like my computer can handle it except for the processor, which means it can't. Now, the reason for this, I believe, is that Windows 11 is all about security. And if I look at, let's go to CPU-Z. This is another free app that'll tell you all about your CPU. Download CPU-Z, check it out. All right, this is my processor. Now, you see right here where it says instructions, and it's got all these little weird deals with commas in between them. These are different technologies that this processor is able to use. Now, this is a 6th generation. That's where the 6700 comes in. i7 processor. The 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th generation processors for Intel have more instructions. And I think some of those instructions, they make the security of the processor better. And that is the whole point of, I believe, why Microsoft does not want to accept anything below an 8th or 7th maybe generation processor, is because the instruction set for those lower generation processors are not as robust as they would like to secure your machine against certain security threats. And so that in itself is understandable. However, it's leaving out millions and millions of people by doing that. So I believe that's the reason for it. Now, what is the end of life? Windows 10, it's going to go on until October 14th, 2025. Does that mean that your computer will lock up and you can never use it again after that date? No, it does not. It just means that there's going to be no more Windows updates, no more support for Windows 10 after that day. So we're looking at 4 years and about 3 months left of support for Windows 10 before you're going to have to do something if you want to keep up with security updates. Maybe by that time, we'll have more compatibility. I don't know. But Windows 11's release date, as we said earlier, was November of this year. And even though they built out Windows 11 and it's pretty much already ready, I believe that what Microsoft is going to end up doing is allowing these processors that are older generation processors onto the platform because of the massive backlash that Microsoft is getting right now for causing all these people to not have the next operating system available to them. Because let's face it, I mean, most of these people, and a lot of these are gamers, like they have great machines. They have awesome, powerful machines that can outdo these newer 10th and 11th generation machines, and they have awesome video cards and all this stuff. And then because the generation is just a little more far behind, it's like 2 or 3 years old, they're not going to be able to get on Windows 11. I mean, that is crazy. That's insane, especially when considering that Windows 10 can run a 20-year-old computer on it, or can run on a 20-year-old computer. I mean, it's bonkers to really think about. So I think Microsoft is going to end up making this requirement more relaxed, and more people are going to be able to get on Windows 11. We've seen that before. A lot of these projections and things, they change by the time the software gets released. I mean, even here, if you look at the processor requirements, this isn't even a full list. This list of Intel only shows 8th generation, but it's already been, I believe, confirmed that 7th generation processors are going to be allowed on it. So, I'm sure that things are going to change, and it's going to look better for some of us who currently can't support Windows 11. But there's your system requirements. There's how to figure out if you meet those requirements. And if you do, then good for you. If you don't, hold on tight. You can probably make it in the future. So anyway, this has been another video from How to Tech. I hope you enjoyed it. And look, if you want to know about the best free antivirus and the best free security that you can get on your machine, I want you to click this link right here on this video, and that is going to help you to figure that out as well. Look, if you need something, if you want me to make a video, let me know in the comments below. If you like this one, click like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.